Hello and welcome to a vintage cube draft, but not just any vintage cube draft. This is Supreme Vintage Cube Draft. Now, I got inspired to do this video because I saw LSV just do complete shenanigans. So we're going to take a little break from the daily NKM draft vids just to at least try this once, right? I just want to at least try this once. Now, keep in mind, I've never done this draft yet, but basically the premise is you basically get to take what happens if you were in a draft and you got to take first picks over and over and over and over again and end up with just completely bonkers decks. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And it just fired immediately. Before I make my picks, though, I do want to say that that if you wanted to support this content in other ways, I did open up my Patreon. Check out the link in the description below. But for now, let's take a look at the pack. I don't see any power. Do I need to do this again? And the way that this draft works is you basically get to take 2 first picks out of every pack, and you get 18 boosters, it seems. So taking a look at this pack, there's a Hull Breacher and a Swords to Plowshares. Those are the 2 cards that I'm looking at. Broadside and Bombardiers is okay. I don't really think that's what you want to be doing in this format. It feels like what everybody's trying to do is take all the cheap artifacts, cheap interaction, and a bunch of card draw and try to win games that way. So, what are some other levels to the drafting strategy in this format? Well, there's cards that affect your opponent's card draw. So cards like Hull Breacher, Orcish, Bowmasters, and Shieldred are all fantastic cards to play because everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's taking Ancestral Recall. Everybody's taking Preordain and Brainstorm, Ponder, all those cards. So cards like Hull Breacher are fantastic. And then on top of that, people are now also looking to draft creatures that disrupt your card draw. So having cheap, efficient removal like Swords to Plowshares is still always going to be something that you want to be able to kill opposing Hull Breachers and Bowmasters and Shieldred. So let's go ahead and take those 2 cards and move on. Move on. All right. What are the busted things we can do in this pack? Well, no power again, but I see a Mana Vault and a Demonic Tutor. So I feel like those are the 2 cards that really stand out to me. Snapcaster Mage is pretty cool with Swords to Plowshares. Dak Faden is also really, really interesting because everybody's going to be playing a bunch of cheap artifacts. So having good ways to kill artifacts does seem nice. Although I think that it's still a priority to take the mana first. So Mana Vault is something I want along with this Demonic Tutor, which gives you redundancy in kind of how you want to build your broken deck. So let's go with that here and move on. Cheap artifact. I see Chrome Mox. I think Reanimator is probably fine, but not something that you're really looking to do. Again, in this type of format, you're going to have lots and lots of cheap artifacts. You're going to have a bunch of Moxen. So I'm looking at this Urza Lord High Artificer and Chrome Mox for my deck. Thieving Skydiver is also interesting because, like I said before, having ways to steal your opposing artifacts is not bad, but I think Urza is too strong to give up here just because, you know, with the Chrome Mox and other artifacts I look to pick up, it's going to just give me a win condition by itself. So let's take Urza and the Chrome Mox out of this pack and move on. All right, what is next? Again, I'm 4 packs in and I haven't opened a single piece of power. Is that just the unluckiest? Okay, anyways, taking a look at this pack, what do I want? Well, Prismatic Vista is nice because it gives us a way to just fetch any land. It's a tri-land right now, and we have Swords to Plowshares, Demonic Tutor, and Hull Breacher. So I think that's something that I'm looking at just for mana fixing. We don't have any mana fixing just yet. And another card that really stood out to me was Displacer Kitten. Because this is the type of format where you're going to get a ton of cheap artifacts to play, you get to reset a lot of different cards. And right now, if we can reset Mana Vault, Urza, or Planeswalkers, that's awesome. If we can get something like a Teferi Time Raveler to go with the Displacer Kitten and a 0-mana artifact, that's infinite mana, right? Because you can play, for example, it's better with Moxen. You play the Moxen, but any 0-mana card, you could basically draw your entire deck, because with Teferi, you reset the Teferi, etc. You use the Teferi to bounce your 0-mana artifact. Boom, the loop has been established. So I think those are the 2 cards I'm going to go with. Vista plus Displacer Kitten, and then move on. No power! How unlucky is this? Pack 5 and no power. Okay, well, I'm going to take Shieldred. Looks like we're going to be a blue-black base here. Shieldred and Hull Breacher will help slow down anything broken that my opponents are trying to do. And then what is the other card that I look to take? Do I want to take something like a Time Warp here to just be able to take a bunch of extra turns? Do I want to take Tamiyo and hope that I get Time Walk? That's also interesting. Solitude is also interesting. although I think it's less good in this format. So, especially because I don't know that I'm going to have a million blue, white cards. So, you know, I'm going to take... It's actually really interesting. I'm going to take Tamiyo here, just in case I get Time Walk. I want to be able to live the Time Walk Tamiyo dream. So let's take that and worry about the mana later. We'll worry about the mana later. And once again, a pack without any Moxen. What do? Well, there is another tutor here in the Vampiric Tutor, which is something I can consider. There's also a Mana Leak and a Xander's Lounge. I don't necessarily want to spread my mana base and go into red right now. So probably something like a Vampiric Tutor if I really want to do something truly busted. And then Mana Leak is also just a welcome addition in any deck. So let's go ahead and take those cards. Although I do think it's a little bit worse because people are going to be playing a lot more fast mana, but I think it's still probably good enough. Here I'm going to take Misty Rainforest just to make my mana base a little bit better. It does give us blue and green mana for this potential Tamiyo, and then any dual lands we pick up, it gets better. There is Wheel of Fortune out of this pack or Talisman of Dominance. And, you know, I mean, draw 7s are very good with the Hull Breacher and the Shieldred. So, yeah, why don't we go ahead and take Wheel of Fortune and Misty Rainforest here and try to pick up some additional fixing just so we can fit that in. And there's the Time Walk! There is the Time Walk! All right, we're at that stage now where I think a bunch of power is going to come, and I also love Brain Freeze. I think Brain Freeze is phenomenal. We can hope to draft a deck around Underworld Breach here, and now we have to kind of balance good mana fixing because we're looking to kind of play all the colors here. So we got to be careful. Really happy with that Prismatic Vista, but Time Walk, awesome. We have Vampiric Tutor, Demonic Tutor to go with the Time Walk, to go with the Tamiyo, to rebuy that, and have a whole lot of fun. All right, so let's take Reserve Time Walk and Brain Freeze and move on. All right, what do we have? No power, sadly. This is a fairly weak pack. I don't think I want to be base green, so I don't want to take the Birds of Paradise. You know what's really interesting about this pack? I think it's a double land pack. We're looking to play black and red. So there's the Badlands. The Volcanic Island seems awesome with Misty Rainforest. It turns the Misty into a 3-color land. There's Upheaval. But honestly, I don't think it's as good. I think it's good. I don't think it's as good when your opponent also has a lot of fast mana in their deck. So I think I'm just going to spend this pack to make sure I have good mana and take both of the dual lands out of that pack. All right, there's an Ancestral Recall. Ancestral Recall out of this pack. And what else do we have? Okay, so there's a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I might just go ahead and take that. That card is still just fantastic, and I think it might still be good enough. It's the best red card in Cube in general. I wonder how the equation changes once we move into Supreme Draft. I think Mox Diamond is a lot worse in this format because so many of your land slots, quote-unquote, will be taken by Moxen. So you're just not going to be playing as many lands in your deck to have Mox Diamond be good. So I think I'm going to take Ancestral Recall and Fable over this. Wooded Foothills is pretty enticing. Right now, it does get us red, blue, and green. And Ketria Triumph is also quite good. But I'm going to just take the good cards for my deck. All right, we took the Fable and the Ancestral and move on. Okay, one of the very, very few and rare cards that I'm willing to take, that's not looking to do the completely broken things, and that's Minskin Boo. Minskin Boo is awesome. I'm going to take it here. And now I can take either Marsh Flats, which gets me black, white, and red mana currently, or I can take the Zagoth Triumph, which gets me blue, green, and black. That's interesting. I do need to get another white source, so I'm going to take I think just taking fetches is still better, because if we can get some dual lands later, that'll still make our deck much better. I can also take Duress. Actually, maybe it's Duress. Duress seems ridiculous in this format, right? Everybody's doing broken things. So why don't we go with Duress and Minskin Boo here? But we'll note that I do need to prioritize good mana fixing at some point if I get a kind of a weak pack. All right, Retrofitter Foundry is not really something I want to do here. Time Spiral could be interesting. I currently don't have a ton of Moxen. So I will be able to untap a bunch of lands, and I do want draw 7s to go with my Hull Breacher and Shieldred. So I might take that, and this might be a pit pack where I do take the Spar's Headquarters just for mana fixing. So let's try that over the Mind Twist here. We have a Spar's Headquarters, which now makes Misty Rainforest get blue, white, and green mana, which is pretty great. And then we picked up the Time Spiral just for another draw 7 effect. Now what do we have? Not the strongest pack. I think Polluted Delta is pretty easy here. That gets us all 5 colors of mana. That gets us blue, red, black. Yeah, I gotta take Polluted Delta out of this pack. Doesn't feel like a Thassa's Oracle deck just yet, so I can look to take another card for this deck specifically. Don't really have anything to flash in. So I could just take Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb, I mean, fast mana is kind of the name of the game in this format. So I think Ancient Tomb is also just a fine pick out of this pack. And yeah, let's go ahead with that. Let's just go double land pack here with Ancient Tomb and Polluted Delta. Moving on, give me power! I want power! I don't feel the power. I don't feel the power, and I'm very, very sad. Where's my Black Lotus? Where's my Moxen? Where's my Soul Ring? Those are the cards that I want. Anyways, so this pack is super, super weak. I'm going to take Jace Vryn's Prodigy as another way to buy back my Time Walks and my Recalls. So happy enough to have that in my deck. And then I'm going to take a Stomping Ground because we do have red and green cards. That does make Misty Rainforest get us... I guess it already got us red and green, but I think this is just a good opportunity to take mana fixing because there's nothing especially strong here. And what are we looking at here? 5, 10, 11, 5, 10, 13, 8, 19 cards. Okay. Oh, that's a Pearl. That's a Pearl. Finally, we got mana fixing for our deck. And then now we have the choice between Ponder and Oko, Thief of Crowns. There's also Overgrown Tomb and Rafine's Tower. Oko does seem pretty incredible. So I believe I'm going to take that over the Ponder. Although in this type of format, that might actually be wrong. But I do think Oko is very, very good. So let's just go ahead and try that. And moving on to this pack where, this is another pack where we're probably going to look to take a land. Probably going to look to take a land. So blue and black, a blue-black land does seem pretty awesome for the Misty Rainforest. So I think I want to go ahead and get that. I don't need to get that many white sources. I have a Swords to Plowshares, but I have Mox Pearl, a Prismatic Vista, and then a Plains and Aspara's Headquarters. That should be more than enough. And then I think I'm going to take Narset as the other card in this pack. Balance is also interesting, but again, opponents are also going to have a bunch of artifact mana. I think Narset's just really, really good because everybody is looking to play cards with cantrips. And we also have Wheel of Fortune and Time Spiral to go with this Narset. So let's go ahead and take that. Really still want more fast mana if possible. Please, please. We only have 2 packs left to get fast mana. And we have 21 cards here. Do we take Fractured Identity as just a way to steal something great? We could. There's also Currency Converter, which can be just pretty good in general. I have Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Yeah, I can take Currency Converter. What's the other card, though? It could be Fractured Identity. We are kind of shy on playable, so maybe I just go ahead and take that. So yeah, let's go with Currency Converter and Fractured Identity out of this pack. And then we have the last pack. Now, Shelldock Isle is a welcome addition to this deck, so happy to take that. And what is the last card that we want? Do we want Mystical Tutor? Do we want to just kind of go all in on the Time Walk strategy here? Jace Wielder of Mysteries, doesn't seem all that great. Not the biggest fan of Vendilion Click here. So it might just be Mystical Tutor. It might just be Mystical Tutor. And we're just trying to draft kind of the spells nonsense. All right. So this is the deck. This is the deck. And one thing to note is you don't have a lot of slots in your sideboard. You don't have a lot of slots in your sideboard. So kind of doing the balancing act of taking mana and spells is actually really, really tough. It's because this is our deck, right? And so we need to make one card out of all of these cards, and then we have to add kind of the rest. I think this is probably not a Brain Freeze deck, sadly, just because we didn't get the Breach, and I don't know that we're able to just go off in that way. With Displacer Kitten, yeah, I just don't have a way to cast a bunch of spells in a row. So I think I'm just going to cut the Brain Freeze and just try to win with all the other cards that I have listed here. So let's just do that. Figure out the mana base. One of everything should be good. And let's give this a whirl. Now, I will say, This is a really cool format to play like once, I want to say. Maybe twice, maybe 3 times. But I wanted to get in on it. I wanted to at least say I did this once. But I will say that it does get a little bit old because everybody kind of has the same deck. And then so there's kind of different levels to like how you're supposed to build your decks. But I think kind of the baseline of take all the broken cards, obviously, but then look to find cards that are specifically good against broken cards and card draw effects, like cards like Hull Breacher, Narset, and Shieldred. And then the next level on top of that is making sure you at least have a little bit of disruption to deal with those cards, to deal with, you know, Swords to Plow. We have a Swords to Plowshares and a Fractured Identity, for example, to help deal with a potential opposing Hull Breacher and a Shieldred. Let's try this. Well, we drew Time Walk. So I'm certainly keeping. I just feel like we didn't open enough power. We didn't open enough of the broken mana. We didn't get any Force of Wills or Force of Negations either. So I feel like this is going to be pretty hard. But we will definitely try our best here. Okay, let's lead with... let's just lead with the Spar's Headquarters for now. I'm wondering if I just run out the Time Walk just to develop my mana. It doesn't seem terrible. Being able to go Time Walk into like Currency Converter with Loot or Vampiric Tutor does seem pretty good. And it begins. Land, Mox, into Soul. Yeah, okay, see? All right. And they are done. Okay, well, let's Time Walk. That's like our version of playing a Mox. If they counter it, they counter it. But it is basically our way of... oh, we got hard cat. We got Dazed. Okay. I mean, they're down to 3 cards. They're down to 3 cards. We can go Currency Converter into... What are they gonna play here? Minsc and Boo? The One Ring. Oh, didn't see that one either. That one's also really good. We do have Fractured Identity. Is there something I can do to steal the One Ring or kill it right now? I don't think so. Oh, I can vamp for a Mana Crypt. Or Mana Vault, but I don't have both blue and white mana. So I don't think I want to use my vamp just yet. I can also get a Pearl. I can also just get a Pearl. But let's go ahead and play the Currency Converter. And then just pass. But, I mean, I think we are... We're basically dead here, probably. I mean, we can go get, like, a Wheel of Fortune, I guess? Wheel of Fortune is pretty good with the Converter, and it kind of resets what's going on. All right, Mishra's research desk. I mean, if I loot and can find another land, then I will have the colors to cast the Fractured Identity, which might also be worth. And main phase Bowmasters. Let's go ahead and Currency Converter in response. Oh, okay. So let's discard Mountain. Okay, so they went main phase Bowmasters. I wonder if... oh, you know what that's telling me? That's telling me that they're playing a draw 7 here. There's a Time Twister in my future. Or a Wheel of Fortune, probably. That is a Wheel of Fortune. Okay. It's a lot of triggers. But they are tapped out. And we now have Displacer Kitten potentially going here. We also have Cameo. We also have Tamiyo. Oh, yeah, we can Tamiyo this Time Walk. I believe. I can discard a land. I can discard a land to get me a mana source. Then I can play Tamiyo and then get back the Time Walk. Then can I blink the Tamiyo a bunch? All right, this is getting interesting. Now, of course, if they have another counterspell of some sort, then you know that ruins everything. But we at least have hope. We at least have hope. But it does feel like that's what I need to be doing. Really wanted to draw a land there. Let's go ahead and put a land into the graveyard. Let's get a treasure. Let's play a pearl. Let's play... I do need to exile a blue card here. And I think it's going to be the Narset. Yeah, okay. So let's exile Narset. And then blue, white, green, black, Tamiyo. If they force this, then we're probably dead. They might just force this Time Walk. Yeah, a land would also have allowed us to cast Duress. Yep, they forced it. That's unfortunate. Okay. Yep. So they forced it, and now they're drawing a bunch of cards off the One Ring. Tamiyo is going to die. Well, we're at 8. We might actually just be dead here. They have an Academy. Look, the point of this video is it's not just about what I do, right? It's about what the opponents can do and showcase to you what it would be like if you could just draft the most insane things. So don't worry about what I'm doing. Look at the cool thing Britt Worthington is doing here, right? They got some coveted jewels going. They got Soul Ring and more Moxen than I do. Tolarian Academy, One Ring, Bowmasters. Like, they're doing some sweet stuff. They're doing some sweet stuff. We tried. They had the force. I think if we were able to resolve that Time Walk, we were very, very far ahead then, right? Because we get to use Currency Converter to get more mana. Then we would Displacer Kitten, cast a Duress, blink the Tamiyo, etc., etc., etc. But our opponent just cast Time Spiral. We don't have that much disruption here, so that's gonna be kind of. I wonder though if Brain Freeze is actually good against just as a card to play in general, just because everybody is looking to do completely broken things. Nah. All right, what do we have here? Yeah, I'll keep this. This gives us a turn 1 Currency Converter. Although I guess I could just Mystical here for Ancestral. Maybe that's pretty good. I just kind of need to find a bunch of lands. I guess I could have Chromoxed the Time Spiral. I mean, our opponent has like lots of power. This might actually be the worst Supreme deck I've ever seen. Like, legitimately, this might be the worst Supreme Cube deck, just in terms of the cards that we saw, right? Like, look at the types of things our opponent's doing. We just don't have a chance. All right, let's cast Ancestral. And let's cast Currency Converter. Wow, we're so far away from casting Shieldred. All right, Currency Converter for us. They have a turn 1 Psy with an LED. If they cast a Wheel of Fortune, it's not too bad. I wonder, given that you're only able to take 38 cards for your deck, like how much you should stretch your mana, right? Because the more you stretch your mana, the less you need to like focus on cards for your deck as well. You need to focus on mana fixing, whereas if you just end up, like blue and black seem to be the two best color combinations. So if you just focus on all the blue and black cards, maybe with a splash of red, but perhaps this thing that I'm trying to do where I'm trying to take all the colors and I had to take mana with less picks, because oftentimes you get lands late in a booster, whereas here you're all taking only first picks, right? So that's another level that I'm going to think about, but I'm not going to think about it too much. We're just doing this to have some fun. Definitely does not feel like Displacer Kitten is going to do that much. Although we're pretty far away from casting Shieldred. I guess we'll just do the Shieldred. Alright, Chromox down. Why do I feel like this Wheel of Fortune is going to help my opponent more than it's going to help me? It's just like, alright, Wheel of Fortune! Alright, they're down to 2 cards. It looks like now is when they're going to try to do some kind of a draw 7 effect. They could even crack their LED in response if they wanted to use the mana. Oh, this could be a time spiral. They're probably cracking this LED in response. Okay. Well, I'm still going to mana leak just to give them less mana to work with on this turn. Yeah, they're certainly going to pay for this. I mean, yeah. And then we both draw 7 and spin the wheel, but they're up 3 mana in this process, in this exchange. Hull Breacher was really, really good. Hull Breacher was really, really good. Hopefully we can get them there. They're going to start generating a lot of Thopters here, though. Let's see. I'm going to have access to 5 mana next turn. I can play the Mana Vault as well. I don't know that I want to use it right away, though. They're casting Preordain. Oko doesn't seem that great on this board, although running out the Urza doesn't seem bad. It does give me access to a lot more mana. I mean, maybe I play the Urza anyways? Oh, the currency converter also acts as a mana source, right? Fractured Identity. Nothing I really want to Fractured Identity. Let's go get a blue-black land, I guess. Although, what's our... Yeah, we have a lot of black cards. So that's Urza. So the reason why I don't want to play the Mana Vault here is because I don't want to actually tap it for mana. So I'm going to do it like this. Because now I can tap the Construct and the Currency Converter for mana to cast Hull Breacher in response to card draw effects, right? Because I can cast the Hull Breacher at instant speed. So I want to save the Mana Vault for the following turn. Next turn, though, we do get to pseudo unlock our hand and generate a bunch of mana. Let's see what they choose to do here. Grim Monolith from the opponent. More mana for them. Tolarian Academy. Alright. Alright. Prepare for insanity. That's kind of like the card everybody wants to open. All right, and they have Urza. Oh my gosh, they are going off. They are absolutely going off. That is certainly something worth Fractured Identity. I mean, I can also Oko it. I can just turn it into an elk. All right, they're using Urza. They hit Flooded Strand, but they can't play that one. I wonder if that means that they're out of gas. Right? Because they have 4 cards in hand. There's so much more that they could be doing. We're at 13. They have a couple of Thopters to attack us with. I probably need to spend my mana here anyways and just go ahead and play the Hull Breacher and see what they do. They also have Brazen Borrower, so they have a lot of different things that they can do. And we're already down to 11. We're already down to 11. I mean, a Hull Breacher end of turn into a draw 7 would definitely be great. That's something that could get us out of it. Time Walk would also be very nice. Does Displacer Kitten do anything? We can play Mana Vault. Or Displacer Kitten, Mana Vault. We can use that to blink Urza. And when we do, that generates us technically an extra mana because we make another construct. What is this? Oh, another Urza activation. And, ooh, they hit Narset. Wow. Okay. All right, in response to Narset, I'm going to cast Hull Breacher. So that they can't get Force of Will here. All right, so neither of us can cast Draw 7s anymore because neither of us don't draw extra cards. All right, let's think about our mana situation. 3, 4, 5, 6. We have access to at least 7 mana next turn. I think leading with Displacer Kitten makes the most sense just because it's going to get us a lot of... It's going to generate us a good deal of mana. So let's go ahead and play the Displacer Kitten. They could have Force of Will. All right. Let's tap this for blue, and let's play Mana Vault. And then we can target the Urza. Because an extra construct also means an extra mana source. Okay. Oh man, I think I tapped incorrectly here. I needed to keep up the green to cast the Oko. Oh no, I was not thinking. Yeah, Vintage Cube is hard. So let's I suppose let's try to hit something here. Time Walk? What? I mean, you gotta force that one, right, if you have it. Oh, that's crazy that we hit Time Walk. Oh my gosh. I feel like just making a bunch of constructs is the way to go here. I could have blinked the Mana Vault for more mana. But then now we can play Jace. And take our extra turn. That was a very, very good turn. That was a very, very good turn. I'm wondering if we have some kind of a weird lethal attack here. I don't see one right now. All right. Okay. So if I wanted to win this turn, I would steal the Narset and try to do something off of that. And I'm interested in having fun. So let's do that. Like this. Okay. Let's target the Narset. And then this time, I think I want more mana. So let's go ahead and blink the Mana Vault, as that generates us more mana than blinking the Urza. Because I want to find something sweet here with the Narset. Okay. All right, Narset, what do you have for me? Tamiyo? Tamiyo! Okay! That's amazing. Tamiyo? Blinking. I have enough mana. I mean, I guess I can blink the Urza. Make a million tokens. Tamiyo resolves. Return Time Walk. Oh, this is ridiculous. All right, tap and untap artifact you control. Let's tap that. Okay. Bounce, flicker the Tamiyo. Flicker to Tamiyo. I don't know why they're not conceding. They're letting me do my thing. Look, I appreciate you for letting me do the thing, I guess. We have so many turns on the stack. All right, I'm just gonna end the game here, just so we don't waste too much time. I have like so many turns on the stack here, so let's just do this because they did not concede. Look, if you want super tight technical vintage cube play, go to Luis's channel. If you want to stumble and fumble your way to victories and discover new ways to win every time, you're in the right place. You are in the right place. Okay. I don't have any blue sources. Do I keep this? I got a Duress, Vampiric, and a Mox, I believe. Turn 1 Soul Ring? Is that turn 1 Soul Ring every game, I think. I should have played a land. What am I doing? Alright, what you got? Oh, they also have Time Walk. They can't cast the Narset or the Fable. So I guess I'll just take the Time Walk. What can I Vampiric Tutor for here that's really great? Like, I really don't want a Vampiric Tutor for... Wait, they drew Mox Emerald? Okay. So they can't play anything. I mean... Let me think. You know, the sad part is, I do think the correct play is to get like a blue land here. But let's see. Like, Mana Vault is no good. Currency Converter is a little too slow. There's Chrome Mox, but that's worse than Island. Ancient Tomb doesn't do anything. Shelldock Isle is not great either. So I can either get, I'm going to get Volcanic Island here. And then we'll just pass. This way I get to keep up Mana Leak for the Coveted Jewel. And that's kind of one of the 3 main threats that they have. Now, if they draw another blue source, then that's not great. But we at least get to Mana Leak the Jewel. Because I think it's going to be too tempting for them, if they draw a land, to go Coveted Jewel into Narset or Fable. Alright, Shelldock Isle, another land is great. Well, that was the worst Shelldock Isle ever. Need a green source for Minskin Boo. But we can play Narset next turn, which is very good. It actually does shut off the Coveted Jewel as well. Mox Opal. Okay, so that does unlock their hand. And they're going for Coveted Jewel, which is fantastic. We'll Mana Leak that. And they could have Force of Will, I guess? That would be ridiculous if they had Force of Will there into Fable. Green. No green. Alright. So let's go ahead and play Narset. Activate Narset. And Currency Converter or Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Fable does seem quite good. Yeah, let's just take Fable. Just something that we know for sure we can play next turn. And I think the Rummaging is going to be pretty good. Next turn, they have the choice between Narset versus Fable. They just drew Academy, so they can play both. All right, yeah, their deck is a lot better than ours. Their deck is definitely much, much better than ours. All right, Mishra's research desk here. Are they cracking it right away? They played a land this turn, but it does say until the end of your next turn. There's also Fable of Mirror Break. I imagine they want to play that too. All right. Ooh, Urza is not a bad draw. That gives us access to another mana source here. And then we have Narset plus Time Spiral, although that's not as good with this in play. Let's activate this in case we find like a Chrome Mox or something. Ooh, Ancestral Recall, but that does not do anything with Narset in play, but we're still going to take it. And now the question is, do I go with Urza or do I go with Fable? With Narset in play, I think just playing Urza is better. Because this gives us 2 bodies to block the Shaman token that might attack my Narset. So need green for these 2 cards. Can't play Recall unless we kill the Narset. They're going to crack the research desk end of turn. Actually, yeah. I mean, they could do it on their main phase, but it's the same thing because I know you have the Tolarian Academy in play. I guess there's no reason to do it now. You can just wait till your turn because of the Tolarian Academy. Like if your plan was to pop it anyways, you get an extra turn to play your spell if you wait until your turn and you untap. I hope my opponent rummages 2 cards with Fable the Mirror Breaker and just forgets about my Narset. Petty Theft on... Okay. That was their last card. Pretty good. So they got my token, killed my mana source. I still have a way to block the Goblin Shaman, but I can't kill it anymore. No discards, makes sense. Our Time Spiral doesn't do much. Our Recall doesn't do much. Like I said, that's the next level. It's like finding ways to kill, ways to stop your opponents from drawing a bunch of cards. But our opponent now has infinite mana, more or less. So, and they have a way to kill our Narset. So a lot of resources opened up to them. This Mishra's research desk should do work. They should crack it. I don't know what they're waiting for. Oh my gosh, they drew Tinker. Okay. Tinkered into the One Ring. Why? I have a Narset in... Well, I guess they can kill my Narset next turn. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's actually fine. Once they kill the Narset, it's smooth sailing. Although I don't even... Like, I would have just cracked the research desk first to see what I find. And they've... Okay, they found a Psi or currency converter. I imagine they're going to take the Psi. Nope, they took... Currency converter? Okay. I mean, all of these are going to be turned on. All of these are going to be turned on once they kill my Narset. I don't know if I have a way to actually kill this. If like swords to plowshares would actually be incredible, just because that is a way to prevent them from killing my Narset. There are 24 cards left. I'm close to being able to cast Mystical Tutor. Probably for Time Walk. That's going to be what I'm looking to do. But my only play right now is probably just going ahead and... Oh, we found the green source. Off the top. How does that change things? Well, we can kill the Narset, right? I don't think Tamiyo does much here. So let's go ahead and fetch a green source. Do I need a second red source for Stomping Ground? I don't think so. I'm just going to get green. And then red, green, here. Let's play Minskin Boo. And the One Ring, they didn't cast it from their hand, so they don't actually have protection from stuff. Oh, and then I can cast Recall. Oh, this is really, really good. Yeah, that was an incredible... Just finding the green source was awesome. But they're going to be able to start drawing cards off the One Ring next turn, I guess. Alright, Narset down. Ancestral, come on down. Alright, we drew Spara's Headquarters. Ooh, there's the Swords to Plowshares. Okay. That was a really good turn, though. We have Minskin Boo going. Now, they have a lot of triggers as well. They have a Mishra's Workshop in the graveyard with a Tolarian Academy in play. The One Ring, Converter, Fable. Like, we are not out of it by any means. But we at least have a chance. We at least have a chance. Narset's going to go down here. Oh, but we can Demonic for Time Walk. What are they doing here? Why did they crack... Why did they pay 2 mana and tap One Ring? Before damage went through on Narset. I'm really confused. I think... Yeah, okay. Whatever. Anyways, with our setup, we have Demonic Tutor for Time Walk available here. Wow, what a draw. Urza. Okay. And then we have Tamiyo on top of that. We can make something happen here. We can definitely make something happen here. We also have Mystical Tutor. Does that get us anything? I actually have to think here. Okay, well, let's see what they get here. That's a Wheel of Fortune that they cannot cast. Okay. Oh, they can cast. What am I saying? Oh, no, my Tamiyo! Ah! My Tamiyo! That's really annoying. Because they can find Time Walk now off that Wheel of Fortune. And yeah, our hand was so good. Our hand was so good. So now I think we need to Mystical. I guess we don't need to Mystical just yet. We could just draw the Time Walk. Oh, no, 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 no. I need to upkeep Mystical. All right. So that's a time walk. Gotta think. I think I'm just gonna draw a bunch of cards and kill Urza. And then cast Time Walk. Okay. Oh, I should have... Oh, God, I'm just doing everything horribly here. Blue. And then did we find the island? No? No, let's just play this anyways. Let's play Jace. No attacks. Jace will be able to at least buy back Time Walk for 1 turn. Probably don't need this mountain. And this Stomping Ground. Okay. Let's put 3 counters on Boo. We can also steal something. But let's go ahead and draw here first. Discard the Delta. And then let's go ahead and buy back Time Walk. Ooh, I can buy back Time Spiral. Is that interesting? Oh, I don't have an anti-draw 7 effect in play, so I don't think it's that great. But I can Fractured Loyalty. I can Fractured Loyalty something. Oh man, this is tough. Let's go with the Time Walk. I don't think you can go too wrong with playing Time Walk there. I don't... Oh, that's what I could have done. That's what I could have done. Can I still do it? Okay. All right. We have our opponent down to 16 life. We can play Displacer Kitten. Okay, I see. That's what we do. Let's put 3 +1/+1 counters here. Let's play Displacer Kitten. And then let's play... whatever. Let's play... Mana Vault. Okay. And then let's pump this up again. Oh, is this... am I gonna force a draw? Do I draw cards? Is there a way to kill them? I don't think so. Maybe I forced the draw for fun. Well, I'm just trying to see if there's any other way I can win. Because I can blink the Jace, but I don't think that gets it done. Okay, look. Look. I'm sure I had a kill, okay? I'm gonna be the first person to tell you that I am sure that I had a kill. But I didn't see it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Look, I probably want this brain freeze in some capacity. I actually don't think the Time Spiral... I don't know about this Time Spiral just because they also have ways to stop me from spiraling. And they have counter spells. All right, they played turn 2 Time Walk. Okay, Soul Ring. Oh my gosh, did they Wheel of Fortune? Oh, Narset, okay. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, all right. Let's play Mox. And I guess I just kind of want to thin out my deck. I do want to keep up Swords to Plowshares. I do want to keep up Swords to Plowshares plus Mana Leak. Okay, Fable from the opponent. They hit Wheel of Fortune. Oh my god. Wheel of Fortune plus with Narset in play is ridiculous. Oh, I have Huh, that's really interesting. I have Fractured Identity. I think that's the play. All right, well, they had days. Well, then that's probably going to do it. The thing is, I needed to go for the Fractured Identity there, because they're going to cast Wheel of Fortune with Narset in play. There's not much we can do about it. Man, I probably should have won that last game. God, their deck was... I mean, they played Soul Ring turn 1 all 4 games. All 4 games. All right, currency converter for us. Let's hope we can pull this off. I think they're just up too many resources, though. Unless I can find, like, a Brain Freeze, maybe? Something like that. And I think it's the second card, right? So yeah, I can still convert her at the end of their turn. Okay. Okay. What is this? Like another draw 7 or something? Yes. We can duress you. Well, oh, they have a currency converter? Yeah, that's not great. Yeah, they have a currency converter. Well, they didn't make a creature, though. Okay. Well, let's make a token and block here. And then maybe we can draw like a brain... Okay, Shelldock Isle. Time Walk. Okay, let's try to do something with Time Walk. Okay. The old 2-1-1 victory. The old 2-1-1 victory. This deck clearly is going to need some help. We are grinding. We are definitely grinding. We have Ancestral Recall. We drew one of our... We have Ancestral Recall and Mox in our opener. So this one, I feel like we at least have a chance. We at least have a chance. All right, they're going to recall us. Okay. I guess we should recall as well. Is this like a... There's no way they force a Mox, right? I'm going to go get the island now. But I'm going to cast a recall so they can't mana leak or counterspell it at least. If they have spell pierce, that's okay. So I can't play around everything. And I don't want to discard on my turn. Because if I recalled on my turn, I go up to 8 cards. Alright, so we have Oko next turn, which is pretty great. Wait, they weren't able to find a land? Are you kidding me? That is truly impressive. Wow. Okay. We can also play Displacer Kitten. Is that better than just running out Oko? I like just running out Oko. They pitched Dark Confidant. Couple of tap lands here. Next turn, we do have the mana to, like, play Displacer Kitten plus Jace if we wanted. Oh, they did have a Force. It was a Force of Negation. Okay. And they discarded Brainstorm. So their hand is... I mean, it's got a bunch of counter spells that we're going to have to fight through. It does make the Wheel of Fortune worse. So I kind of want to cast this, hopefully, when I have an anti-draw 7 effect, like Hull Breacher or Narset. Definitely want to get this Jace going, though. Just because the Jace... Yeah, wow, they have just all the 1-mana cards. Brainstorm, Preordained, Ponder, Ancestral. They missed a land drop, but... This is still a pretty dangerous deck that we're playing against here. Alright, they had to have found a land here. Okay. Xander's Lounge from the opposition. We've got a few lands, Wheel of Fortune, Kitten, Jace, and a Mana Vault. Displacer Kitten plus Mana Vault is really sweet. That is very, very nice. It's a way to just generate a bunch of extra mana every time I play a spell. Every time I play a 1-mana spell, I basically net 2 mana. Alright, so I can go... Yeah, it's a pretty clear Jace here. Let's go Jace, Mana Vault, and play Shelldock Isle. And, I'll take the Time Walk, but there's a Tamiyo there as well that we missed out on. But it's okay. We have access to 3, 4, 5, 6. We have access to 8 mana next turn. I can even go like cast Displacer Kitten, cast Wheel of Fortune. And that would allow us to flip the Jace, potentially, as well. Is this a Duress? Thoughtseize? Inquisition. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune down. We only have Displacer Kitten now. We are getting close to flipping this Jace, though. Oh, Shieldred. That we can't cast. 24 cards, so we can't use the Shelldock Isle just yet. But I can cycle the Spara's Headquarters here. And then activate the Jace. To flip the Jace and then cast Recall. That seems pretty good. I don't think I need to use the... I don't need to use the Mana Vault yet. Oh, that's a Vampiric Tutor. Which we can actually use... to we can use that to go fetch Tamiyo. We can play around Mana Leak, Miscalculation, not Counterspell, but it is what it is. And then we can go ahead and Let's see. We go draw a card for the turn, then we can fetch and go to 20. So that's good. So they're playing a deck with a gazillion counter spells. Let's see what they play. Hull Breacher. Okay. I don't mind that. I'm going to vamp for the Tamiyo. Okay. Nope, I would not like to pay. All right, so let's go ahead and thin out our deck. I do want to get a black source here and something. So is it black, red? I don't need red, so let's just get... I think more blue is just always going to be good. So let's go ahead and do that. And then let's go ahead and cast Time Walk. I mean, if you have another counterspell here, so be it. Is kind of where I'm at. All right. Let's tick this up here. And now we have an interesting question. We can either play Displacer Kitten or the Tamiyo. Tamiyo is probably... Well, no, I can play Displacer Kitten here, actually. Because we can cast the Tamiyo. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff we can do here. But I just like having the Tamiyo in play. Nope. Oh, that's a Hull Breacher. That is a Hull Breacher. So that's Hull Breacher plus Wheel of Fortune. But they have a Hull Breacher in play as well. So it's not that crazy. I can flip the Jace. But I think I'm just going to try to get a bunch of mana going here. So let's go ahead and play Tamiyo. Reset the Mana Vault. And then return Time Walk. And then Time Walk. Reset Tamiyo. Return Time Walk. Cast Time Walk. Do I want to loot or just like use the Tamiyo here? Let's just use the Tamiyo. That's fine. Let's go get... Actually, I can just return the Time Walk to my hand again. And then just pass. Alright. We're just gonna slam this Shieldred, and that should probably just get it done. But it's really just a matter of how many more turns my opponent wants to play. Alright, we'll play Time Walk. I mean, I can even... Whatever. Our opponent timed out in the last one. I don't want to be that person as well, so let's just do this. Okay. Okay. Displacer Kitten, very high pick. Displacer Kitten, very, very high pick. All right, let's do this. Ooh, this hand's kind of rough. Like, if I don't draw another mana, so I mean, I feel like I got to keep this. But if they have a lot of counter spells, or if they have Inquisition, I mean, if we draw another land, we do have Jason Currency Converter that can help us get out of this as well. But the fact that we're keeping a one-lander here is a little bit dicey. Our opponent mulliganed, but hopefully this recall gets us the lands that we need to deploy all the cards that we have in our hand. And again, I'm going to go with the upkeep recall. And then hopefully, if we draw like a black source, that would be really nice, because then we can go duress plus converter and not have to discard the hand size. This is assuming that we do find a mana source. Also, it's possible I should just be playing one more land. I think I'm playing 15 plus Mana Vault, Chrome Mox, and Mox. But I can definitely see an argument. What the heck? Did I not? Oh my gosh. I swear I set a stop. Is it this? I don't even, oh my. All right, let's just do both. Oh, that's a disaster. Like if I get counterspelled here, okay, here we go. At least they can't counterspell me. Oh my goodness. Dark Confidant, interesting. I don't know that I have a white source to get with Polluted Delta. We'll see. We have Aspara's headquarters. I don't think I'm interested in that. So then I want to get a black source. Let's get, I guess, a Badlands here. So that we can go Duress you. Oh, they have Mana Drain, Inquisition, and Reanimate. I think Mana Drain is the most problematic card. So let's take that. And we'll take the currency converter. That way, if they Inquisition us, we still get a little bit of value. But this is their hand, and they have Dark Confidant going. Oh, and they revealed Thoughtseize. Okay. So this is a real game. This is a real game for sure. So Inquisition first. We can vamp for Time Walk, but Time Walk doesn't seem that good here. I don't actually have a great play next turn unless I vamp for, like, a green source. Okay, so they took that away. Now, I guess if they attack me, I can just block with a 2/2. Okay. Alright, so they played the island, and they have Reanimate and Thoughtseize in hand. Play the Volcanic. I feel like I want to attack them when they have Dark Confidant. And I want to get Jace going, so let's play the Jace. Instead of the Currency Converter, because Jace also works really well with Currency Converter. Oh, they do have Thoughtseize into Reanimate Displacer Kitten. That's cute. Okay, we'll take that. I mean, they have a lot of different things that they could Thoughtseize here. Because, for example, if I Jace and find a green source or loot away a land, then make a treasure off the Currency Converter, I can just jam Minskin Boo, which is also a big problem. I mean, a lot of cards in my hand are a big problem. So, it's kind of tough. But I think this is a pretty clear Thoughtseize. Oh, wait, they can't reanimate it, right? Because I have Currency Converter? Yeah, they can't reanimate it. Okay. Okay, well, we're just going to beat them down then with some Zombos. And then Jace is going to actually flip next turn, and we can shrink the Dark Confidant potentially. Hull Breacher is a very nice one too. Oh, that's annoying. That is annoying. That was their draw? Okay. Alright. I'm going to discard Time Spiral. Okay. I mean, I also have my own. I can't cast Swords to Plowshares. I can cast Duress on Reanimate, but there's no Reanimate target. So that's not something I'm too concerned about. I'm going to just attack first. If my opponent blocks, then I can get Ancestral Recall. I can vamp. I can vamp for Time Walk. That's an option. I kind of just want to play Hull Breacher, though. I kind of just want to play Hull Breacher main phase. And then I'm just going to shrink their Hull Breacher. And just, yeah, that seems fine. They hit Grief. Okay. All this hand disruption, pretty bad against Currency Converter. I mean, they're going to play it just because it's a decent body, but... Exactly. They're just like, wait a second, I'm not going to beat this army of 2-powered creatures. Getting it done, kinda, somehow, some way. One more round. One more round. Okay. We are in the last round. Somehow 2-0. I will keep this, as this Chrome Mox will do a lot of work, I believe. Okay. Land Mox into Talisman of Progress. Okay. A blue card would be nice, because then I can just go turn 1 Jace. And happy enough to do that. I do love me a Displacer Kitten. I do, but let's get this Jace going. Try to get Minsk and Boo online as quickly as possible. Don't Hull Breacher me, although I guess we do have Swords to Plowshares for that. Huh. You know, because they might have Hull Breacher, I'm just going to wait till their turn here. I'm still hitting my land drop. And just play it a little bit slow. Okay, nothing from them. And I mean, I feel like this is a Hull Breacher, but we got to loot anyways. Oh, no Hull Breacher. That, okay. That makes me feel like I need swords less. And I mean, they probably have a counterspell, but I'm just going to jam anyways. It's Minsk and Boo time. This could be mana drain. They've been stuck on 3 lands. I mean, it's certainly a counterspell of some sort. Okay, it's just a Force of Negation. Let's get the loot going now. Huh. This is actually interesting. I'm going to pitch Wheel. I can cast it again later if I need to, but I'd rather have threats going, if possible. I don't want to discard the black source for my Demonic Tutor. Okay, balance. I will keep this one. Interesting. I can also Demonic for Ancestral Recall, which seems like a pretty good play after they balance you. Now, I mean, they have to discard 2 cards here. It's not like... Oh, I lose my creature too. Right. Yeah, that was a decent balance, I guess. Huh. Wow, that just resolved instantly. Urza. All right. We cannot play our own Urza. We can Mystical for Time Walk, but we can't do too much with it. I think I'm just going to take a random draw, unless I want to find a draw 7. But I don't know that I want that right now either. I kind of really need another blue source. Could also find a way to kill the Urza, but Swords of Plowshares is in my graveyard. Okay, so that was really good, because that allows us to play our own Urza. Not as big as the construct that they have, but we have more cards in hand, which helps. I think getting a Time Walk here still isn't that bad. I mean, it depends on whether or not they can kill my Urza. But if I Mystical for Time Walk and cast Time Walk, I can still Duress. Ooh, never mind. They cast Time Twister. Don't think I can do anything in response to that. Everything is shuffled back in. All right, let's go. Reset. Reset. They have, okay, another Mox. Oh my god, they Ancestraled into Fast Bond. Oh no. Or they Time Twisted into Fast Bond. Ugh. Soul Ring, you know. Okay. Well, I can, yeah, I can Fractured Identity the Fast Bond. I don't know if that's good enough. What is this, Dismember? We just don't have enough. That's the problem with our deck, though. It's just, we just don't have enough fast mana. Oh, they're going to cast a spell here with Urza. Oh my gosh, I can't play this Ancestral now. Until my turn. Alright, well, you know, they only have this Urza in play. So they only have this Urza in play, so I think I do need to kill this Urza. And it's probably pretty good. I do need to get a white source, so I need to play the Vista here. Because they have all the mana in the world now, I just can't let them just keep getting free spells off the Urza. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get a Plains, kill the Urza, make another construct, and then I could technically keep up Mana Leak. Choose an Urza to keep. I'll keep this one. All right. And then now we have... I mean, we have Mana Leak up. I guess I'll just keep it up, technically. Hey, you know, this Fractured Identity, it's kind of slow, but it's definitely done some work. If our opponent's decks are way better than ours, just steal their best card, obviously. Alright, so they have 2 cards. What you got? Demonic Tutor. You know what's funny is if they get Time Spiral, we can actually counter it if they don't have a land. Right? We can actually Mana Leak Time Spiral. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they got Black Lotus. Okay, what is this? Upheaval? Could be Upheaval. It was, in fact, Time Spiral. Oh, they got a I don't know what they got. I don't think I have any free counters. I just let this happen, I feel. Yep, that was the best possible. Best possible. They have a full grip of cards with 10 mana available. Storm count 3. Could be Brain Freeze. Probably boarding in the Brain Freeze this time around. Although if they Brain Freeze me first, it's like not even that good. Okay, so Healy. Pearl. Oh gosh. They drew the Black Lotus again. Did they draw a Time Twister? Oh man, the decks in this format are so ridiculous. They're so ridiculous. What am I to do? What am I to do? Narset's really good in this matchup. But they got the fast spawn. How many green sources did they even have? See, like a Mox Emerald and a Lotus. Alright, double Lotus in play. 8 mana. We just needed like one more turn. What is happening here? It feels like a fireball or something. Mind Twist? For 7? Alright. What do we get to keep? Oh, we keep Vamp. We keep Vamp. So we can Time Walk Vamp for Tamiyo. And then what? Who knows? Who knows? This is a great draw 7 though. They got to copy Black Lotus, Coveted Jewel. Yeah, this deck is fantastic. We could almost just die this turn. Mox Opal. Did they have a non-sick artifact? They could have killed us, I think, if they didn't tap all their artifacts by copying a construct, maybe? Yogg-Will for Black Lotus. And that's 15. Their deck is awesome. Alright. Alright, I've seen it, you know, look. Sometimes you play against better decks. It's all good. I'm gonna cut the swords. Let's keep that. Huh. I'm gonna go ahead and get black-red here. And duress them. What you got? Oh my gosh. Their deck is disgust. What is this hand? What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna take the Mind Twist. They have, you know what I mean? Like, I guess I could have taken Black Lotus. It's just like, I'm not stopping their mana, right? With this hand. I am not stopping their mana, so just take the spell that actually does something, is kind of my thought process here. Can you imagine if they Tendrils me turn 1? Oh, I want this to happen. Come on, I dare you to Tendrils me. Mox Sapphire. Because otherwise you don't want to play all these cards out, right? What if they find like Yawgmoth's Will? Okay, so they're okay, Black Lotus. Oh my god. Oh, did they find Yawgmoth's Will? No, it's blue. It's a blue card. Okay, Basalt Monolith. They can Tendrils me for 6. Okay. They Tendrils me for 6. They must have a Time Twister in their hand, right? It feels like a Time Twister. Alright, well that was their turn 1. Not bad, I'm gonna say. Ooh, this is interesting. Time Spiral or Hull Breacher? I think it's probably... Time Spiral or Hull Breacher off Shelldock Isle? It's gotta be Time Spiral. Alright, well, they kind of used their whole hand, and I think this is just a Time Twister. They play their land. Like, why would you just do all of that right away? Okay. All right. Definitely not casting Wheel of Fortune here. I think we're just casting Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Don't want to use my Mana Vault just yet. Untap Basalt Monolith. Yeah, if they had Yawgmoth's Will, they would have killed us last turn. I don't have the second blue for Urza. I can get Time Walk. Sigh, okay. If they play an artifact here, it's kind of annoying because I can't attack with my Goblin token. Oh, it's Wheel of Fortune. All right. Can't do anything. All right, we found Time Walk. We found Time Walk. So we can definitely cast that one. That's a Saheeli. How many free artifacts do you have left in your deck? Okay, that's a Mox Ruby as well. So I can Mystical for Vamp, and then Vamp for Tamiyo. That's a line. Oh my gosh, this is disgusting. We're at 7 life. Oh yeah, I forgot that they also tendrilled us for 1 million. So this is post tendrils me for like 1 million early. So we need to try to find a way to win pretty quickly. I don't think one Time Walk's going to get it done though. It's going to be us trying to set up a long chain of Time Walk type effects. Displacer Kitten plus Tamiyo would be something I'm really interested in. What is happening here? I think I'm going to choose to use Fable first. Because I can just cast Time Walk this turn. Can also Time Spiral, but I would need to find like Hull Breacher into Time Spiral, which would be pretty good. Fractured Identity. That is interesting. Let's discard Currency Converter and Oko. Let's discard Oko. Oh, okay. There's Shieldred. All right, things are getting very, very interesting here. Things are getting very, very interesting. Misty Rainforest can get us a blue-black land. I definitely want to Time Walk. And I definitely want to get Tamiyo. Okay, Time Walk resolved. I don't think we need to Shieldred right now. Let's play Mox. Oh. So what I really need to do is try to find a way to get Displacer Kitten going. I'm just making a treasure here. So I can flip Jace. I can flip Jace and Demonic for Tamiyo. So we can do that. So I think I can still just wait here. 1, 2, okay. All right, Fable flips. Let's discard Mana Leak. Let's go ahead and get Demonic Tutor. Let's cast Demonic Tutor. Let's go get Tamiyo. Let's play this. Let's get a green source. Let's play Tamiyo. Let's cast our Time Walk. So now I can Mystical for something, and then Tamiyo that card. I mean, I guess I could also time spiral just to see what I find. This is, my brain is destroying me right now. I think we take a draw here first. See what we find. Okay, we drew Vamp. That's really big. Okay, no, Vamp was fantastic. Because now we can Vamp. Okay, let's just tick this up. Now we can Vamp for Displacer Kitten. Play Displacer Kitten and then play the Chrome Mox. Okay, great. So let's go Vampiric Tutor for Displacer Kitten. Tick this up, name Displacer Kitten. Okay. And then play Displacer Kitten. Then play Chrome Mox. Blink Tameo, and then now we just take all the turns. Oh, no. I needed to... whatever. Okay. No, this is fine. Then we just play Time Walk. All right. We got this. Whew. Okay. I guess we can untap here. Just so I don't take damage. And then we're just going to start just casting a bunch of Time Walks. Okay. This is the loop. I need a black source, though, to find a way to kind of close out this game. Which I can actually get back from the graveyard. So yeah, because I already cast a bunch of Time Walks, let's go ahead and just get this Swamp back. Play it. And then we have like a million turns on the stack. All right. Oh, that's a Brain Freeze too. Okay, so let's go ahead and then we can play Narset. Like I said, we have a bunch of turns on the stack here. What else do I have in my graveyard? Let's go ahead and get Time Walk back. All right, so it's mostly just a timing thing now at this point, because we have lots of turns here. And we can just start attacking with Shieldred. All right, it's fine. I know this takes a lot of time, but we're going to do it. Time Walk. Blink the Tameo. I don't know how many turns I have on the stack. Return Time Walk. Blink Tameo. All right. Tick this up. Play a land. Oh, I forgot a trigger. It's okay. I mean, there's probably a faster way to kill them. You know, honestly, I should probably just go look for my... I should probably just look for my Minskin Boo. But this is also really fun. Like, honestly, I don't even care if I get timed out. Like, this is just fun, right? Okay. Oh, we can actually Brain Freeze them out. Let's just do that, yeah. Let's just do that. Oh, I should have used my Tameo. And then we can Ancestral them. Oh, no, we can't. All right, we get to see their whole deck at least. I mean, it's pretty obvious what they're trying to do, so. Oh, God, this just takes so much time. All right. Let's return Oko. Let's make a food. Oh my gosh. All right. No, I would not like to pay. All right. Smack. Nope. All right. We got them. I mean, their deck is way better. So I am just happy that we got one. All right. We sorted through it. It was a long process, but we got it done. They have upheaval. I guess they do have the size, so maybe I want this. Maybe cut the time spiral again. They're doing all the time spiral stuff for us anyways. Not entirely sure if that's correct, but I wonder if I go with the turn 1 time walk here. If I can find another blue source, being able to go turn 2 Narset's pretty nice. Okay. Sure. Oh, man. Okay. Welcome to this format, is all I'm going to say. Welcome to this format. All right, currency converter, go. Like, the time twister was also horrible for us. It was like 6 lands and a brain freeze. I think my only hope is that they try to go for some crazy turn and then I kill them with a brain freeze. Yogg Will? Oh yeah, Yogg Will, Black Lotus, Time Twister? Or is it just to get Black Lotus? Oh, it's attack for 4, then cast Time Twister? Sure. We keep drawing the brain freeze. That's like our that's our win condition, I guess. Did they not find a land? No, they played a land that turn. Never mind. Not much we can do. I'm gonna keep up this grain freeze. I'm gonna keep up this brain freeze in case they try to have a big turn. That was not a big enough turn, sadly. So we're just on the slam Shieldred and hope that's just good enough. I don't think it's going to be good enough. Wait, the construct didn't attack. So they want the construct for mana here. It's a Thran Dynamo. Okay. Let's go ahead and use the converter. It's just going to get us a mana source of some kind. Then we'll crack this for, I think, Aspara's. Ooh, that is actually not bad. Let's go ahead and kill the Urza. And then let's go ahead and make a treasure. And let's just jam Shieldred and hope for the best. That's all we got. We're just playing the cards that we're being dealt. I know you have 8 mana available to you with 5 cards in hand. I know you have that. And I know my hand is all lands in a brain freeze. I know I have that. This is my life. 3 black, 3 colorless. Oh no. Bolus's Citadel. Okay. And they're just like... Oh, they might have Tinker as well. But this is the kind of deck that you're looking to draft. Wow, they missed. Did they miss? No, they can't possibly have missed. They have a Chromatic Star as well. I'm shocked that they attacked first. They could crack the star to try to find more artifacts. I feel like there's a pretty good chance this might be bigger. Maybe not. I don't know how many artifacts they actually have. Oh, Tendrils. Okay. Oh, so that was the card on top. I see. So we're at 4 now? Man, I wish I had mana for Brain Freeze. They're going to play an artifact off the top. Gosh, this is... Man, we would have gotten them with the brain freeze. We would have gotten them with the brain freeze. Let's see, they're at 12. Yeah, brain freeze would have worked. I just don't have my own way to fix this. I suppose if I draw Wheel of Fortune, I just kill them? Oh, 10 permanents, of course. Yeah, Bolus the Citadel has another line of text. All right. GG's opponent. Sweet win. 2-1 with our 2-1 with our deck, which I don't think was the best version. I think honestly this was one of the I've seen a few of these decks. This is one of the worst versions of it that I think I could have opened. I had 1 Mox, no Lotus, no Soul Ring, no Mana Crypt. So we just didn't have any of the fast mana going, and this is what we ended up with. And like I said before, this is not really something that I'm planning on playing a bunch, but I at least wanted to give it a shot just to see what happens. But I think I'm going to go back to kind of my regularly scheduled MKM drafts. We are very close to rank 1, but just wanted to mix things up. And so hope you enjoyed it. You got to see a lot of shenanigans happening back and forth. And this is why you don't necessarily want to just have everybody have all the power. It's nice when you can get it every now and then, and you can really appreciate the fact that you have a Mox or a Lotus in your deck and you draw it. But when you have all the Mox and the Lotus in your deck, you're not really playing Magic anymore, so it is what it is. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like or subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you wanted to support this channel in other ways, I do have a Patreon channel available. The link is in the description below. Shout out to all the current patrons. You allow me to continue making this content. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you tomorrow.